Then we get the hype video for Demolition versus the Powers of Pain, which includes Mr. Fuji turning on Demolition at the Survivor Series and Demolition slamming him outside the ring. Then the Powers of Pain helping Fuji to his feet and taking him on as their manager. Then a show in February where Fuji and the Powers of Pain beat up Demolition. And at last, Tom, I think it is the first time. I think it's the first time we finally got the Barbarian and Warlord lined up as the Powers of Pain
against Demolition. Finally, after 2 years of this wretched podcast, I finally got to see the Powers of Pain versus Demolition. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. I love this. And do you know what the thing is? They're not good tag teams, really. Like they're very, very limited. But I love the Powers of Pain and Demolition. I just think they're absolutely incredible. The footage from Survivor Series 88, as you said, with that now legendary, probably the best ever double turn in WWF history. So to give you a bit of context, Matt, the match is a 10-man Survivor Series match. So it's 5 tag teams and against 5 tag teams. And it comes down to the Powers of Pain and Demolition and the Conquistadors. What happens is the Powers of Pain are baby faces and Demolition are bad guys, and they're on the team with the Conquistadors. There's a bit where Mr. Fuji comes down, pulls the rope down. I think Axe falls out of the ring. They then get counted out, or they lose in some manner. I can't quite remember. And then it leaves down to 2 teams, being the baby faces, who are the Powers of Pain, versus the heels of the Conquistadors. And then Axe slams Mr. Fuji to the floor, and Barbarian and Warlord, very tenderly, because they're good guys, come over and help him out, and therefore turn babyface in the process, but then get counted out, leaving the Conquistadors as the sole survivors. So the Conquistadors, this match has got Heart Foundation, the Bulldogs, the Powers of Pain, the Killer Bees, Strike Force, the Rougeos, and it's got some great tag teams in it. And the winners are the Conquistadors at the end of it. It's absolutely baffling.
But before you go on, Tom, I'm going to have to correct you.
Okay.
So the match is the Powers of Pain, the Rockers, the British Bulldogs, the Heart Foundation, and the Young Stallions against Demolition, Brainbusters, Bolsheviks, the Rougeos, and the Conquistadors.
What teams, though?
The winners are actually the Powers of Pain. I think they
they
finish off the Conquistadors in the end of the match, and then afterwards celebrate with Mr. Fuji. They have him on their shoulders. The reason I was laughing at the fact that you think it's such a great double turn is that it doesn't make any sense.
No.
It makes no sense at all. Fuji just suddenly turns on Demolition. Maybe it's a setup. Maybe it's been a setup all along. But the point is after the match, the fans haven't really cottoned on to the fact that the Powers of Pain are now...
Mr. Fuji, aren't they?
They haven't cottoned on to the fact that they're now heels and Demolition are babyfaces. But by this point, they had at least.
Yeah, but I love it. I remember that, again, one of the videos that I had watched it a lot when I was a kid. The interview Demolition beforehand, I think, with Mean Gene, and they say they're in their war gear, they're in their full-on S&M, and I couldn't believe my luck when Demolition came out and it's actually Demolition's music as well, because so many random videos on the WWE Network or so many weird pay-per-views have got their music edited over, and it's the full Demolition music, which is absolutely amazing. I got to give a shout out to Mr. Fuji in this match as well, because he's got his shirt off. What a lad for wrestling the shirt off, and he's not in great shape. The crowd aren't appreciating this masterpiece that they're seeing in front of their eyes. I always loved the Demolition double forearms and axe handles. That's all they got. That's pretty much the only move they got. Someone's on all fours, and they both they're going, have it. It's amazing. Axe is completely covered in glitter as well, which I quite enjoyed. Again, maybe he's off to some kind of club later, I don't know. And what I like about it, again, they do the similar sort of thing they do with Danny Davis at WrestleMania 3, and that Fuji comes in, hits a couple of chops, and goes out again, and doesn't really get involved in the action. But he gets his comeuppance when Mr. Fuji misses an elbow off the top, or off the middle rope maybe, and then Demolition hit their elbow / backbreaker after a botched salt spot for the match. And obviously they win and retain their championships at this point. I'm thinking, come on, here we go.
To such an extent that he didn't even let me say the match. He just went ahead and took the match off and ran with it. Matt, what was your take on this? And be very careful, because we don't want Tom getting all irate.
The Bret Hart moment, do we?
I know. I'm gonna have to try and be really, really polite here. Oh God, I'm really trying. I'm really trying. Right?
Just stick the knife in, Matt. That's the best way.
When it comes to certain acts in wrestling, my dad is a person who I think of as if I was watching it at home, or if I was on my parents' house and I was watching wrestling, and if my dad walked in the room, what would he think? And this is one of those moments where you would probably look at me and go, what are you watching? And I can't get my head around. I mean, you've got guys in S&M type gear, which just why? Okay, hey, each to their own. Crack on. If you like S&M, good for you. Not my cup of tea. Don't necessarily want to see it. Like, all the guys in here just struck me as just very generic big men. Like almost the creator wrestler type thing, where realistically you could take any big guy, put them in the same getup, and you probably have the same type of match. So I can't say it did a lot for me. This was totally lost on me. Both the teams, I was just thinking like, nah, these are the types of gimmicks and characters that just, it's not something that I can get on board with. So yeah, for me, this was just completely lost.
I mean, I wasn't particularly taken with it. Don't worry, Matt. I'm not. Tom romanticizes over Demolition and the Powers of Pain. And that's fine. That's good. That's all well and good. But let's be honest, they're very one-dimensional. The thing is, though, there's no denying Demolition's longevity and their success within the WWE. Less so the Powers of Pain. In fairness, I think for me, the problem I've got with it is I don't really understand the point of a handicap match for a title, or any match where they basically take the concept of the title out of it and put it in something different. So when they have the world title up for grabs in a 6-man tag match, which happened quite a lot during the Attitude Era, for example. And I remember The Rock winning the title from Triple H in one such encounter. It just makes a mockery of the whole thing. I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's not particularly great. It's very one-dimensional, and it does last a fair bit of time. In fairness, again, though, and this is the thing that my favorite bit about this whole show, there are stories on this show. They really have built to these matches. We've got this story which has been going since the Survivor Series, when Mr. Fuji turned on Demolition and joined the Powers of Pain instead. So again, they've been building to this for a long time.
I must admit, I did think to myself earlier when I was talking about how this is the best roster they've ever had. I did think to myself, I was like, I'm going to need to rein this in a little bit, because I know I'm going to go massively overboard during the Powers of Pain and Demolition match. So I knew I had to rein it in a little bit. So I'm aware of that affliction that I've got.